Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chosen to join me today. I am exhausted, but it's fine, because we can sleep, I think. This is the thing I want to use, because I'm gonna go to the tavern, because we have the main quest. I was thinking, right after the end of last episode, that with all the going around that I do, and just managing the kingdom and doing all that, I've been doing fine in regards to getting the main quest. So yeah, last episode we got the main quest. Edrist Hanvaki is searching for his brother Tommen. The missing man was last seen in our capital and he meant to head for Varnhold. Now, my character had the opportunity to accuse them outright of being spies, which was fairly amusing, and I sort of wanted to do that, but then I didn't. And so we are in the middle of this this quest. I wonder what would have happened. Anyway, hey Chief, Amiri gives you a broad grin. What's in your mind? So why did your tribe want you dead? Because I'm very dense and I can't tell. Isn't that clear? Amiri says. A woman can't be a warrior. If she's a shitty warrior, they may keep her for the jokes, giving her a funny nickname like the Soft Chieftain. But what if she's good? Best the tribe has? Then the other tribes are laughing. That's why they, you know... Yes, I do. I just said it. They wanted you dead. But it's a taboo to spill kin's blood, so they had to do it without doing it. Feed me to giants. What a plan. But I never afraid to get my hands red. I spit on them. Hopefully not the ends, but maybe the hands do. And their tradition. I'm a walking taboo myself. Amiri the walking taboo. Lovely. So, why did that ghost call you a thief? Well, I guess we know that, don't we? I mean, I guess I figured it. The hell should I know? It's a ghost. Who can tell what he talks about? After a moment of silence, Amiri continues. Maybe because of the sword? I took it from a giant, and the ghost is a giant. Do I suppose to guess he liked this piece of steel so much he come back from the dead for it? She asks. I think you do, Amiri. I think you do. It seems you and Nilak are close. Were, maybe? Yeah, you don't know half of it, she says. Only she and the whole damn tribe could understand me. She not... What the hell is wrong with the translation for her right now? She's not a warrior like me, she says, but her spirit is strong, and she's smart. Smarter than any chieftains ever. Yeah, I don't know any... I don't need your help. No, that's for me to dismiss her. And, Edris Tanvaki is over here. Did you manage to find anything? No, I did not. And, seeing you in the tavern sort of doesn't give me hope that, your brother... Is it brother? Yes. His brother. That your brother might be here. I don't think he would be. That said, maybe he's upstairs. Can't click over here. Trying desperately to. Oh, I can. It's just that this doesn't show. Hey, Elena. What is up? What is up? The ceiling. She doesn't say that. I don't know if that's a joke. Is that a joke that people say? Because that's a very lame joke. It's a joke that I just said without actually having seen it elsewhere. So, of course it's a lame joke. Hey, Jethal. See you later, Jethal. You evil demon. Not demon, she's not demon. Okay, there's a door over here. There's nobody around. That's locked too. There is beer. And, yeah. Basically, not much. Nobody's here. So maybe in the city proper. Oh, look at that. This one. What? Yeah, that's why it gets me confused. I'm sure that's why. Because the icons don't serve the same purpose. That icon over there actually leaves the city if we're in the throne room. In the tavern, it doesn't leave the city. It does the job of the door. But I think that's a holdover from when that icon, that little compass, didn't used to exist. Because they added that later, I think. Hey, Trishan, what's up? Yep. See you later, man. Got people... Oh, okay. So, I don't know where to go. So let's go into everywhere. Because these are not different levels. It's pretty fast. Just to go in there and check. And we got Valerie over here, and Delia, and Highland, or Heeland, or something. Okay. Yeah, they don't really say anything. Okay, there's a troll. But we can't talk to the trolls. City good, but all houses too small. No, I talked about that already. I think they didn't change that dialogue. If you have built the trolls' quarters, which I have. Okay, see you later, Him. I didn't mean to pause. And that's Octavia and Ragongar. Ooh. Oh, fruit. It is you. Good day, Your Grace. Yes, don't mind me as I take your fruits. I guess your fruits is plural, I think. It's a cooking ingredient. Octavia, how's it going? Hi. Oh, right. The other options are for our romance. Hey, Ragongar. Yeah, he doesn't say anything. Nobody has any news of... I really hope it's not, like, hidden in a little nook. Because I'm getting the impression that it might be hidden in a little nook. This looks like a pretty good nook over here, but it's not. That looks lovely in there, actually. Yeah, the citizens, you can't even talk to them. Let's now go to the center of town. We have a dog, we have a horse, we have many horses. A lot of manure, or whatever that is. I don't actually know what it would be. Everybody's greeting me because I am the best. Also, the Baroness. Knock knock, what's up? Yep. Nothing happens there. Okay, let's go to the center of town and take care... I was gonna say take care of my inventory, but I don't think I need to. I'm good with what I have right now. Asuf? Maybe they do know something, though. Yeah, but they don't. Verdell? No. Tassie? Wow. This is not a lead. Really? The capital is not a lead? Well, at least I know I've done everything. Yeah, but basically... The whole thing was last seen in your capital. That's not a lead. Elki Nayo? Maybe it is. It could be. I don't know these people. I'll take their stuff, though. Oh, yeah, they have chocolate. I'll take all the chocolate. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know these people. Okay. There is another possibility. If I can't find anything here... Kanerah, what's up? Poems. Kalikke. Kalikke has been writing. Shadows. This town in a foreign land has a narrow, twisting street, with lanterns hanging on the left and right, and the meter is not with her, so I will not be reading the rest. But you can pause if you want to. Hey, what is up? The tiefling girl taps her boots, irritated, and then leans towards you and whispers loudly, which is sort of not a whisper. So she just says, "Did you see that? My sister has all three of her empty-headed friends right on our tail. They used to follow her around in Kanerah. They know both of us very well. Couldn't we just send them away somewhere? Oh, and by the way, hello. Yeah. Well, I suppose we could send them away. Can I not focus on that? No, apparently not. Maybe later. Yeah, I can't focus on that. I want to ask you a few questions about your past. That's reasonable. Who wouldn't want to know about their subjects and companions? Well, yeah, that too. Tell me the story of you and your sister from the beginning. The beginning of this story is quite unexciting. My sister and I were born in Kanerah, a place both unsuitable for most unsuitable for tieflings. The people there honor the radiant Sarenrai and think of themselves as guardians of the good. Of course, no one threw us in a dungeon right away or tried to kill us for no reason. But we could forget about social status. It's impossible to rise from rags in that country, where they value connections and reputation more than gold. Right. So it is possible to rise from the rags in that country, because if the rags are... That's precisely the point. That's precisely the point. Kanerah. Oh, boy. That's rising from rags. It's not rising from gold. Anyway, since birth, she says, they looked on us as evil creatures, vicious and unpredictable. Not that it's entirely false, she smiles coyly, but what is truth? She says, doing air quotes. Generally speaking, I've always known what I was worth and what lot I deserved. If superstitions stand in the way of achieving a goal, that's no reason to shed a tear. Better to use those same superstitions to your own ends. I must say, in Kanerah, they idolize Aasimars almost as passionately as they hate tieflings. So I thought that with a little effort, I could pass as one, and my mastery of fire could be mistaken for a sign of sunrise goodwill. And I got hiccups, I'm sorry. Let's... Dawnflower, Healing Light. Yeah, I think I remember reading about Samurai. Of course, a masquerade of that sophistication required a little outside help, and I found it. I made a contract with a resourceful devil who calls himself the Forefather. He wove an illusion over me and my sister, hiding our tiefling appearances or features from everyone. I hope this doesn't shock you. It's not that I wanted to bind myself to a powerful and devious creature, but what choice did I have? To wash bowls at the caravanserai until the end of my days? Well, that's how you go from rags to right. What did he call it? Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you didn't want to do that, you didn't do that. Doesn't sound like you were forced to do it. That wouldn't just be a waste of the priceless gem that I am, she says. That's true. I'd be burdened with caring for Kalikke, the naive walking virtue who is totally unfit for a hard life. She's a walking virtue. The virtue of... I don't know. The sisterly love? That's probably a good virtue to have. A contract with the devil. That cannot stand. No. What? Did she actually say it was a devil? I thought she said it was a demon. Maybe that's the same. It doesn't matter. You try to fix an injustice that came upon you as a curse from the cradle. That can be understood and forgiven. I'm just the incarnation of goodness and innocence, ain't I? She says. Anyway, it's all in the past now. The contract was annulled by my death. Now I'm free to live as I wish. Well, there you go. So what was the agreement you made with the devil? I have to spend the whole evening telling you all the details. Contracts require thoughtfulness and accuracy. Do they? Well, it's probably in that country that she comes from, because everywhere else they don't. Especially ones like this. But to put it simply, I was to do as he commanded, and in return he granted me a powerful illusion, which would make my sister and I indistinguishable from Emberkin, descendants of Peri. A race of celestial beings. Kind of cool. The contract included a number of caveats and limitations. In particular, the tasks that devil... Oh, right. The tasks that devil would... That's correctly written. I just couldn't understand it at first. The task that devil would give me could do me no harm. The contract didn't involve my soul. On the contrary, it bound me until my death, but no longer. Right, you mean it didn't involve your soul. It didn't involve you, it didn't involve your life after death. Which is... because you still have a soul, Kanerah. You need to... this is a distinction here, right now, that you need to make. It did involve your soul, just not after death. It's kind of complicated. Anyway, what assignments did the devil give you? You'd be amazed, she says. But maybe I would. They included fighting evil. The Forefather comes from a line of apostate devils, or Demavigas. They live for one goal only, to turn people's souls away from serving any god but Asmodeus, Master of Witches, Prince of Law, and King of Hell. Whoa, that seems very specific. So I'm not sure if it was fighting evil, Kanerah. You might have been fighting evil people. Anyway, our Demaviga made a nest for himself in Kanerah long ago, finding special pleasure in enslaving the servants of Samurai. Yeah, it sounds... No. Enslaving here means doing deals with the servants so that they would fight evil, in her words anyway. Nothing helps to turn souls away from a faith better than fanatics off the faith. You have no idea, Giladel, how often a zealous servant of the good in their struggle against evil has pushed others in the arms of that very same evil. That's why the forefathers sent me to serve the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower. Unlike the old church of Samurai, those cultists celebrate the goodness more for her warrior aspect than for mercy. I do have an idea, especially what you're describing. You weren't hired to be a servant of the faith. You were hired to fight the faith. Well, not really, actually. That just sounds bollocks. It's like, oh yeah, religions who are just very forgiving, and yeah, it's fine if you're not. They don't get as many. They get more followers than religions who are more cult-like, which is just patently false. I say cult-like, I mean like, you know, the specific things that defines a cult. Things like shunning and other things like there's a very specific act of I don't know the name of, but imagine the cult of the Dawnflower, for example, force their followers to perform rites of dehumanization, for example, of themselves. That's a very powerful mechanism to, you know, keep people in the cult. So, for example, that works very well a lot. Yeah, that tends not to drive people away nearly as much as she's saying. My duties, she says, included seeking out secret cults of demon worshippers and other springs of evil in the sunswept land of Kanerah, real or imaginary. Imaginary evil. Questions, suspicions, public trials, 1 or 2 exemplary executions, and fear sank its claws into the heart of the weak and doubtful. How can a good goddess allow this? What if I'm next? Those who entertain such... Oh, right. She was mocking them. And then she says, those who entertain such doubts would soon hear a knock on their door from a messenger of hell. Oh, with 2 L's? Really? Okay. Offering a simple solution, protection, and prosperity in return for their souls. That's how I aided the legions of hell by, this time not capitalized though, by working under Samurai sunny banner. I'm a little bit confused about what she was actually doing. She says fighting evil, but I'm not sure what she meant by that. What was it like, leaving disguised as the Aasimars? We've lived for a few years under that disguise, gaining a certain status, affluence, and crowds of gullible suitors. In time, I found a patron from among the followers of the cult of the Dawnflower, a man of great wealth with a personal army of mercenaries who roamed the lands of Kanerah night and day, seeking out monsters and those who worship them. I quickly became his confidant and joined that army, all as the forefather desired. Perhaps that's why the devil agreed to give us the appearance of Aasimar. Everything was going perfectly, but then Kalikke, that silly child, got herself mixed up with a band of tiefling renegades who were too cowardly and stupid to achieve anything in their lives by their own wits. Oh, and that's the ones that are downstairs. And obviously, we found them before. Those are the 3 people that crashed my game when we went to Kalikke, remember? Yep, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe was it Kanerah? I don't know. They have the same clothes. I can't tell. It makes sense that they have the same clothes, otherwise people could tell. That's the point of their disguise. Or it was. Is it? Yeah, it's not anymore. Or is it? I don't. I think I sold it. So yeah. So were too cowardly and stupid to achieve anything in their lives. Oh right. They organized something like a secret society and gathered in the evenings in their huts. They spoke of opening everyone's eyes and making them, hopefully not literally, and making them treat the outcasts with dignity. Sooner or later they would have done something stupid and gotten themselves caught and brought my sister down with them. So I helped them a little and put my patrons' people on their track. If only I could have kept Kalikke from her foolishness. On the night of the raid, for some reason, I told her the truth. I thought I could explain to her that her actions were threatening our secret. Yeah, not your actions, Kanerah. Certainly not your actions, putting people on your track. I thought she would see reason. Yeah, there's so reason. But nothing worked out as one Oh no, this is just she's saying the motto. Nothing works out as one plans. She says, she hurried off to warn her friends and fell into the hands of the cult of the Dawnflower. Her disguise was unmasked, and with it, my own as well. Oh, sands and skies, I can't imagine the rage my noble patron felt. Yeah, certainly not your own, because you are... That's weird. She's focusing on the rage of her patron rather than her own, or her sadness or anything. Anyway, his Azimar confidant turned out to be a treacherous tiefling. Oh, right, the patron here not being the devil, rather being, she mentioned him. Anyway, I had no interest in learning how far he'd go in his rage, and immediately set off to flee. Alas, as soon as they found out what happened, the remaining members of a cult of demon worshippers, who I'd once helped to disperse, quickly tracked me down. They summoned a soul eater, who cut my life short, and my story was at its end. Well, then how were you resurrected? You'd better ask Kalikke about that. When she learned of my death, she pleaded to Nethys, the god of unparalleled powers, and his herald agreed to return me to life. But in the state we're in now, only one of us can be in the material plane at a time. Meanwhile, the other sleeps in a special demi-plane. Well, there you go. I found out what I wanted. Thank you very much. I'd like to know more about you. Of course, many do. Many do. How does it work, your leaving in turns? I'm going to do air quotes and be as obnoxious as possible. And she doesn't take notice of that, obviously. By the power of Nethys, my sister and I cannot meet. For as soon as one of us appears in the material plane, the other one is immediately spirited away to our demi-plane. There, we sleep until it's time to switch back. The demi-plane, by the way, is full of elemental energy, which is wonderful for restoring our energy. It's a pity this ability came after we had paid such a heavy price. I would have avoided my painful death, and I long to see my sister again and singe her hair to show my gratitude for everything. You do realize I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. You are a tiefling after all. Singeing hair sounds like a perfectly normal hair treatment thing for a tiefling, I would say. Despite her vitriol, Kanerah sighs. Apparently my character can tell that she has vitriol. With sorrow and seeming tenderness. So she looks sorrowful and tender and sighs. And my character says she has vitriol. Right. The demi-plane, she says. The demi-plane nourishes us and keeps us from all kinds of trouble. But the price, it's hard to leave and make plans when at any moment you can be pulled from reality only to return after a few days or even weeks. I'm glad that thanks to you, we have now at least learned to control the process a little. That's true. Do you like it in the Stolen Lands? I prefer large and bustling cities to backwaters, but on the other hand, the chance to build up a whole state from nothing, it's so tempting. I don't like chaos, though I have learned that at times I want to be able to play by the rules. So here's my answer. With some effort and right investments, your dominions might become something someday. I really thought she was chaotic evil. Are they... One of them is chaotic evil, the other one is lawful evil? Because I confuse them, right? I can't tell. It's the eyes. The eyes are the only thing that make it different. And she has red eyes. How is that not chaotic evil? Red is chaotic, right? It's not? I don't know. Tell me about your sister. We were at our 8th summer when Kalikke, the spring of my solace, got angry at me and chucked a bunch of desert thistles into my hair. I had to cut them out afterwards. That's what you have to suffer if life rewards you with a sibling. Though I should say, that very evening I burned her favorite dress. With great trouble comes great satisfaction. Sure, it does. Thank you for the conversation, Kanerah, so long. Our home is always open to you. And please, do me a favor, send the sweet teeth off to... Oh, right, the 3 people downstairs. Off to on some errand so they will stop bothering me. Let's see what she is. Oh, yeah, we have quests. She is a dark elementalist. Sure. Can you go away? Oh, my God. There it is. There you go. And I'm sure... Lawful evil. Ah. You're chaotic good. They couldn't be more opposite to each other. Is that supposed to be... obvious? Huh. Because it's not immediately obvious. Also, I wonder if I can... yeah, I can unequip their stuff. Do they just get free stuff, or did I leave that behind? I think I might have left that behind. And I can level them up easily as well from here, which is great. Okay, it doesn't matter. I have to talk more. Kanerah. Kanerah? There he is. I want to talk to you about what it means to be a tiefling. Which sounds very presumptuous of me to ask, but off we go. I admit it, you like my horn. Oh no, she's not admitting it. She asks, I admit it, you like my horns. Or is it the tail? Well, why not both, Kanerah? Why not both? I do, the horns and the tail. That make you special. They make you special. And that's it? Kanerah slowly sways her tail. I've been known to spark curiosity. I can't pursue such curiosities, unfortunately. How are tieflings born? We are born if an ancestor laid with a powerful and evil outsider, be it a devil, a demon, or some other dark creature. Many mortals do this, but believe me, either for power or pleasure. This heritage can be hidden for many generations, and it can manifest in many ways. It's difficult to find two similar tieflings, which is funny because you're very similar. Which outsider do you and your sister, obviously, which outsider do you and your sister descend from? From a devil. I can even guess which one. Of all the infernal beings worshipped in Kanerah, the whore queen Mahtachlach is the most venerated. Secretly, of course, servants of her court frequent these lands, and they leave trails. Oh, I see what you mean by trails. Tell me about Kanerah. Oh, wait. Oh, everything is clear, thank you. And she asks again, so the horns are the tail. Kanerah, she says, is a part of the Padishah Empire of Kelesh, a great thriving state. Don't think me rude, but the northern states are but a pale shadow of my homeland. Only Taldor at its height could compete with us, though it's long since lost its power. My land is wealthy, powerful, and full of opportunities for anyone cunning enough to seize them. It's a pity they're all devoted to Samurai, and the whole array of superstitions that go along with it. Look at your golden-haired boy priest, and you'll see at once what exactly makes living in Kanerah so unbearable, despite all its grandeur. And Kanerah wrinkles her little nose. I didn't know she had a little nose. Mine is littler. That's right. My nose is better than yours. Don't you think? Don't you think the disc of the eclipse reacted strangely? Maybe, she says. My sister and I have tried to figure out what happened, but failed. We need a real specialist in this sort of magic, a specialist like I can't even imagine. I can definitely say that the disc hasn't been destroyed. It seems to have become a part of my connection with my sister, helping us to move between the material plane and our demi-plane. We'll continue to explore this new ability. Maybe we'll learn more at some point. So, what made you stay here after we found your relic? A fair question, she says. You see, there's an important detail about how I died and returned to life. I was killed by a repulsive creature called a Soul Eater. After a spellcaster aims it at its victim, the wretch will chase it tirelessly and endlessly. But when I was returned to life, the Soul Eater lost its prey. But it's still chasing me, and might show up at any time. It would be much easier for me if I could meet it here, surrounded by experienced monster hunters, ready to protect a poor fugitive from danger. Yeah, well, it would be much safer if you were with me then, but you're not going to be with me. Yeah, I won't let anyone hurt you. We'll deal with the beast if it shows up. I like your confidence, she says. I have a penchant. I think it's penchant. I never know how to pronounce that word. A penchant for the strong and confident, she says. You can switch. I'd like to talk to your sister. With that stiff? She said. What the heck does that mean? Kanerah wrinkles her nose, but she seems strangely saddened. Very well. I'll get her. So long. The tiefling girl greets you warmly. Kalikke does, but seems a little distracted. Oh, I'm glad to see you at my hearth. She bites her lip and adds in a whisper, have you seen the sweet teeth? I can't get them out of the house. I'm so scared they'll suspect something and reveal our secret. Kanerah's and mine. I wish I could keep them busy somewhere out of town. But anyway, welcome. Yeah, I have that quest already. How's it going? Are they tattoos different? I think their tattoos might be different too. I didn't see that when we were in the character selection screen. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your past. Ask me anything. We owe you so much, and being open with you is the least I can do to repay you. Okay, so tell me your story, or the story of you and your sister, from the beginning. My sister and I were born in Kanerah, the country of the radiant samurai, where we tieflings are not very welcome, but for my sister, this was more a challenge than a barrier. She wanted respect, power, and wealth, things we were unlikely to get, being who we are, but she found a way. The people of Kanerah revere the blood of the skies with the same fanaticism with which they distrust the blood of hell. Aasimars, especially Emberkin, are welcome guests in any house. Pretend to be one of them, and all the doors are open to you. I didn't want to participate in this masquerade, but my sister insisted. We played upon our resistance to fire and her gift of controlling this force of nature. Both are often taken as signs of samurai's goodwill. But it was not enough to entirely hide our essence and past as an Emberkin, and Kanerah asked for help. She asked a master of deception and illusion. Kalikke frowns. She obviously wishes to get through this part of the story as quickly as possible. We left our native desert, crossed half of the country to avoid accidentally crossing paths with anyone from our tribe, and set off for a new life, in a new skin, she says, doing air quotes. You mean you set off while being masqueraded as one of the heaven creatures? What made you flee Kanerah? Trouble, she says quietly. My sister and I took different paths. Kanerah was able to earn the trust of a powerful patron, one of Samurai's fanatics, a member of the cult of the Dawnflower. His mercenaries hunted down secret cults and monsters day and night. Meanwhile, I found a group of castaways who reminded me of my sister and I as children, tieflings and genie spawn. We gathered in secret to share our sorrows and dream of finding our place in the sun. Time passed, and these gatherings became more bitter. We yearned to prove that monsters' blood does not make us monsters. We spoke of how we should unite and enter the great games of Kadidan aristocracy, supporting those who were ready to accept us as equals and bringing down their opponents. We planned to use me as cover, a beautiful Emberkin, she says, doing air quotes, who would be the voice of the castaways. The girl lowers her head. One evening, my sister came to me, full of careless grace. She told me that there was to be a raid on our secret meeting that very night. I had to stay home and not even think of warning the others. It wasn't hard to guess how she found out. The raid was to be led by followers of the cult of the Dawnflower, fanatics who fancy themselves cleansing flames, saving the world from evil, Kanerah's patron first among them. At that moment I realized my sister loved me so much. Yeah, I realized that already, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't know for sure. But Kalikke doesn't know that it was Kanerah who sent them. So, yeah, interesting. I realized my sister loved me so much that she was ready to set aside her aspirations and warn me of the danger. But I also realized something else. Kanerah was ready to sacrifice any number of innocent lives to get what she wanted. Okay, maybe she does, and she doesn't care, apparently. I ran away after yelling in her face that she was a monster. Yeah, she does. She just doesn't seem to... I don't understand what she means. I left her to warn my friends. It's the last time I saw my sister alive. I tried to save my friends from the raid, but came face to face with wizards from the cult of the Dawnflower. They were able to dispel the illusion that protected me, and found out I was a tiefling. My secret was revealed, along with my sister's. What a shock it must have been for her patron. Again, you're very super concerned about your patron. To find out that a clever tiefling was serving at his side, disguised as a righteous Aasimar. This is no worse deed in Kanerah than disgracing your patron. Or there is no worse deed than disgracing your patron. That sounds like laws made by patrons to me. But it does explain... The fact that there is no worse deed in Kanerah than doing that, it does explain why they are both so focused on their patron's reaction. Kanerah knew this well and tried to flee, terrified of his wrath, but she couldn't get away. Trouble came to her from a place she didn't expect. Ask her about the details if you want. I lack strength to talk about it. The truth is, I betrayed our secret, and my sister died because of it. I was able to bring her back to life, but bitterness has scorched my heart, and will be a part of me until my death. Nah, don't worry. When you die, she'll bring you back to life. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, now I have a choice. I can sympathize with both of them. I can tell her not to blame herself, and I can chastise her. And the last one is, you and your sister seem to have done everything you could to destroy each other's lives. All this could have been avoided if you were able to agree. Yeah, because in a game like this, it's obvious that alignments don't mean anything. Yeah, so what if you're chaotic evil? No, sorry, lawful evil and chaotic good. I'm sure you can agree on things. That's how things work. No, it's not. Not in this game. And well, if you're gonna be aligned to lawful evil or chaotic good, it's not like, I tend to there. I'm mostly neutral on things, but I tend to go that way when presented with situations that force me to take a side. No. They are aligned there. And especially in this game that just, this game loves its alignments. So I don't think that would be a thing, especially not for a chaotic neutral character such as Gilladel. I'm sort of tempted to say I sympathize with you both for two reasons. First off, Gilladel is chaotic neutral, and also, it's probably the correct, or not the correct, but the min-maxy way of playing the game, trying to get them both to be, I don't know. I think that's the gamey thing to do. But she didn't do anything wrong, honestly. Kalikke didn't. And I sympathize with you both. I'm gonna say thank you. Your compassion gives me strength. I wish Kanerah and I were more alike. We nearly destroyed each other after failing to accept each other's wishes and the paths we chose. Sometimes I feel that the life we now live is the best we could hope for. We can never meet, can never share each other's sorrows. But at least I don't have to be upset about her cruelty towards others, and she about my softness and recklessness. It's interesting that she defines her alignment as cruel. Lawful, I guess cruelty is just a generally evil thing, but I would say lawful evil is the least cruel of all evil alignments. Because there is a certain, it's complicated, but the way lawful evil is portrayed, at least in Planescape Torment, is that that people who are aligned to lawful evil tend to be more manipulative, tend to be more trying to use the institutions of law and the mechanisms that are, it's like being evil but still being fair, but not, of course, evidently that's fair here comes in with very heavy air quotes, but you know what I mean, like using, it's very common in D&D for lawful evil demons to make pacts and soul pacts and stuff like that, because that's their whole law, and it's the things and all that. So it's a very, comic book style of evil, but it always felt to me, at least particularly in the way it was described in Planescape Torment, and I'm mentioning Planescape Torment, and I'm mentioning D&D because, of course, this system is based on D&D, Dungeons & Dragons, but I mentioned Planescape Torment because that's the game where you get to, of all this style of games that I've played, it's the game where I get to see all the different alignments the closest, and I felt, and I said it in my Let's Play when I played Planescape Torment, it feels like they're just going out of the way so far to justify what lawful evil is, because it's not intuitive at all, because these guys just feel less evil than everybody, than a chaotic evil, for example, because chaotic evil is just kill, it doesn't care, it's just like, you kill, destroy, maim, put you in suffering for the rest of your eternity, just murder your children in front of you, force you to murder your children, all the things. It's just like, just super bad. Doesn't care. But for lawful evil, there's a bunch of restrictions. But the game actively goes out of its way, Planescape Torment does, actively goes out of its way to say, oh, these are even worse, as to sort of attenuate the fact that they are not even worse. So he's like, oh, Bator, I think it's Bator, the chaotic evil, and the lawful evil is something else. I don't know the names of the demons, but the demons have different names in D&D for that. But anyway, what I mean is, yeah, cruelty. I suppose so. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm saying that a lawful alignment can't be cruel, especially by definition. I guess not especially by well, the thing is you're very unwavering in your abidement to the law. Or I guess you don't need to be very unwavering, but if you're unwavering in your abiding to the law, you can be cruel because of it if the law is cruel, basically. And especially when we're talking about chaotic evils, or lawful evil, rather, it's evidently cruel because it's blood pacts and all that sort of stuff. So how did you end up living in turns? After my sister almost got my friends killed, and I, in my turn, brought the wrath of her former patron down upon her, Kanerah died as she fled from him. In terror, I could only pray to the higher powers, and the Arcanothane, Nethys' herald, that come over there. A what now? Okay, I prayed, and they answered. I couldn't believe it, and she answered my prayer. Oh, like Nethys, yeah, right. She promised to bring Kanerah back to life on 2 conditions. We would never be able to meet again, and we must keep secret everything that happened. By Nethys' power, my sister and I received our special connection. We cannot be in the same time and reality simultaneously. While one of us is in the material plane, the other one sleeps in a demi-plane, one specially created for us. The divine creature made us agree to these mysterious conditions, and what's even more mysterious, we weren't punished when you discovered our secret. But I think I can hear a storm murmuring on the horizon. We might yet have to pay for our faults. But come what may, at least I did everything I could to tear my sister from the arms of death. Well, that's true. I found out what I had for right now, but let's continue this talk in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.